Hello and welcome back to the tribe. Peter released new versions of Soul and Pure very recently, so let's take a look what the changes are. Let's start with Soul. New Soul version 2.2.6 comes with an updated weather controller version 2.4 and an updated Soul Planner version 3.8. Soul 2.2.6 needs at least CSP version 1.76, so keep that in mind. Both of these new versions focus on rain generation and wetness calculation mainly, and are also here to accompany the new CSP version 1.8 Preview 115 with new rain physics. The new Soul controller introduces a reworked wetness calculation, a reworked humidity and fog calculation, controls the level of wetness generation, and adds a better scaling of new rain effects to the more convenient scale in Soul Planner. One of the reflections of these background changes on Soul Planner are rain effects difficulty slider. This only works with the paid CSP 1.8 Preview 115 or later. With CSP 1.8 Preview 115, new rain physics were introduced. Wetness was completely changed, so if you found yourself struggling to drive in rainy conditions, you can reduce the amount of wetness which the rain generates. But there's a new option to use on new Soul Planner version 3.8 Rain Effects Difficulty. With this setting, you can now dial back how much slip is introduced on track by scaling track wetness generation without fiddling with the wetness slider. With these new 4 settings from easy to real, you can fine-tune your desired slip amount on track when wet. With the new rain effects, rain and wetness amounts are also scaled differently. That's why Soul Planner 3.8 has its own scaling, and to show the real CSP rain effects values, Peter integrated an output of these values on Soul Planner. New Soul Planner version 3.8 also introduces fixes and changes such as better probability algorithm, fixed a bug with the time multiplier, using a content manager weather as first weather in a plan was not working correctly and this is fixed, better stability for loading plans with missing or wrong content. Now let's jump to the changes in Pure 0.154. In this version, Peter mainly focuses on background changes and tools, which are great for filter creators. Mentioning filters, I sponsored my own video and would like to urge you to try my own post-processing filter Natural. I released an update recently. It currently works the best with Soul, but a Pure version is also coming soon. Stay tuned for that. And why not join our tribe at this very moment? So don't upset your tribal chief, join now. Coming back to the changes, he introduces a new installer with this version, which uninstalls the older version and installs the new version automatically, simplifying the install process. Pièce de résistance of this version is the introduction of extended exposure handling. This mode, which is actually a feature for filter creators to include in their filters, establishes a well-balanced exposure control. It is more on the eye simulation side rather than on camera exposure simulation. The mode will handle all needed parameters in the background and adjust exposure in such a manner and speed so that it reflects realistic exposure reaction of a human eye. If you want to test it out yourself, you can use the default post-processing filter of Pure, which uses this new script tool, Extended Exposure Handling. In other changes and fixes, Save button highlight state is now fixed. If you change script parameters in Pure, only the Save Script Settings button will highlight. If you want now, you can save track-specific Pure configs per track and video mode. Default Skydome is now 16K. Pure will only come with 16K Skydome textures from now on, since 16K has no negative effect on performance. And the final change is that Pure config now includes a separate Sky tab, where Sky Sun disk hue and disk saturation are not yet functional. And that's been it from this video. Support good work from others, demand quality, and don't forget to join our tribe. See you in another video. Take care.